All right, so real quick, you said your father was Nigerian and yours is Native American. Okay, so real quick. How did the Nigerian, the people that they would consider African American, how did they get here today? How did they get to this side of the country? Or this side of the world? Slavery, right? By what means? Of transportation.
Wait.
Slave ships, right? Now you, Native American, right? How did your family get here? They was already here, right? But I want to show you something. I'm going to show you something because do y'all go to church? Christian church, what? Christianity, what?
Church of Christ.
Church of Christ? Okay, so in the Christian church, they never tell us who we really are. They always teach us what? We Gentiles. What? Everybody's gonna be saved in the blood of Jesus, right? John 3:16, right? We all know those things, right? What's your name though? Wayne? And you? Lakai. I'm sorry. I'm Jeremiah. I'm also Jeremiah. Basically, what we're gonna do is bring it out of the scripture. So I'm gonna show you two things real quick. I'm gonna show you what you said was actually biblical, meaning the way your people, your ancestors got over here on this side of the world. And what it's gonna do is gonna identify and help you understand that, oh, this is my history, this is my heritage. And you, hey, hold on, look, I got you as well, watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
So this is Moses. Y'all know a little bit about Moses, right? Y'all know the plagues over Egypt, the 10 plagues and all of that. And he said all these people go out of Egypt, right? This is Moses, that same Moses. Read.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
So the Lord was going to bring us into Egypt. When we were enslaved, what were we in Egypt? I'm sorry, when we were in Egypt, we were slaves in Egypt, right? When we was in the land, when Pharaoh was beating our people, when Moses said, let my people go, the Israelites were slaves in Egypt at that time, right? They were slaves, right? So the Lord said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again, but this time with what? With ships. What nation of people went into slavery on slave ships?
Bring it out!
If you do history, you read history throughout world history, you'll never find another race of people going into slavery on slave ships. We are the only ones that this Bible is prophesying about. Read that.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Because once we got over here on those slave ships, as a nation of people, they never told us, oh, we were the Israelites of the Bible. They never told us that. They took our history from us, they denied it, and they gave it to the so-called Amaleks, which is another race, which is just white people, the so-called Jewish. They said, okay, now you're the children of Israel. They said, you are an Afro-American, you're a Negro-American, you black, you know what I'm saying? All these different names other than our God-given name. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
What happened to us?
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
25, 35, 45, 55, 75, 75, sold, right? Ain't that what they was doing on those auction blocks? They was selling our people. So the Bible was saying we're going to be sold to our enemies. Remember, not our friends. So listen up real quick. I'm going to finish bringing it out, but I want to make sure that you're with me, right? Are you with me, sis? Okay. All right, watch this.
For bondman
what?
And bondwoman.
Slave man, and not only slave man, but slave woman. We was all in this thing together, really.
And no man shall buy you.
And nobody's going to be able to save us and redeem us. Nat Turner tried. You remember? Harriet Tubman, she tried. Martin Luther King, guess what? Malcolm X, and guess what? We're still in these same conditions.
That's right.
We still getting shot and killed in the streets.
Right.
We still got the ones we were the ones that don't have opportunity. We the ones that can never get ahead. We make up all of the major entertainment, but we don't own it.
That's right.
We make up the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the rap game, all of that. We make that up, but guess what? We are servants to it. We can't use that to get ahead and to build our people up and to get, to get us into a better condition. Because when we start telling our people who they really are, do you know who Kanye West is? You know Kanye West? What did he do recently?
And didn't he take off
keep
on
up
the trip?
Huh?
Didn't he take off on the trip?
He took off on the trip, but prior to that trip, you remember he said, we are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are Judah. We are the Israelites. Remember that? And as soon as he said that, they started taking his money.
That's right.
They started really saying he's crazy. You know, Kyrie Irving, the NBA player Kyrie Irving, what did he do? Before they started openly castrating him, what did he do to get that? What, like what? He was telling the truth. Okay, I like what you said. What was your name again? Wayne, right? Wayne, I like what you said. You said he was telling the truth. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna show you what the truth is according to the Bible. Remember, we are the Israelites. So if we are the Israelites, that means that this is our book. And if this is our book, that means that everything in it, the laws, the commandments, the statutes, who we are, the nationality, the blessings, heaven, is for us. You said he was telling the truth. Watch this. I'm gonna show you, give me Psalm 119, 142. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142.
Bring it out!
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
So God's righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, meaning it don't change. If he do something, and just because he chose us over somebody else, it never changed. It's a righteous thing. Read.
And the law is the truth.
And his law is the truth. Read.
Trouble and anguish.
Okay, so it says his law is the truth. So when you understand that, okay, the law pertains to the Israelites, and you telling your people, hey, we Israel, and now you say, oh, no, you're teaching hate speech. You're teaching hate speech. That's why we read this every time we come out here. We are not a hate group, because what they're gonna do, the enemies is gonna say, oh, they hate white people. They teaching violence. They teaching hatred. But all we doing is reading the truth. That's right. We reading right out the Bible. That's it. But they don't like that because they want to keep you as a nigga.
Right.
They want to keep her as a nigga. They want to keep us as hoes and niggas that's selling drugs and you know what I'm saying? They want to keep that same stereotype on us because they understand who we are. They understand that we are God's chosen people. And watch this. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something because she said that her people was already here. I'm gonna show you something first so you understand. Okay, listen. The Gadites, which is Native Americans, yeah, you're right, they were already here. But who came over here? And you said what? Christopher Columbus, right? Give me 28 and give me verse 49. Come on, verse 49. Watch this, watch this. All we're gonna do is give you Bible. If it ain't in the Bible, we ain't teaching it because we believe in this Bible. Right. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49.
First off, I'm sorry, before we even get this, jump to verse 15. Because you remember, we went to slavery on slave ships, right? We went to slavery on slave ships, right? It's the reason why that happened. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
This is what Moses told us. Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So remember, when we came out of Egypt, this is prophecy. He said if we don't keep God's commandments, because you remember when we got in the wilderness, what did God give us? Moses came back from the mountain and he brought what? The law, the commandments, right? So this is after that. He says, if y'all don't keep the commandments that I'm giving y'all, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
To do them, read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it says all these curses is gonna, if we don't keep the commandments, all of these curses is gonna come upon us. Is a curse good or bad? It's a bad thing, right? So remember, he said, if you don't keep the commandments, bad things are gonna happen to you as a nation of people. Remember, we went into slavery on slave ships. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bring it out.
That's a bad thing, but what's the result of that? Not keeping God's commandments. So we got to understand that. Listen, this Bible is a real book.
That's right.
God wants us to obey him. That's all it is. Now watch this. Do the verse 49. 49. Remember it. It's going to list the curses that's happening to our people. Watch this.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
So remember, y'all, the Native Americans, the Hispanics, they were already over here, right? Y'all seen that, right? Y'all know that history. They were already over here. The Lord, it said, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from where?
From far. From the end of the earth.
From the end of the earth. What does that mean? A nation from the end of the earth. From from the other side of the world,
That's
right?
right.
Right? You remember you said Christopher Columbus, right? Where'd he come from? Exactly. Watch this. Read.
As swift as the eagle flyeth.
What nation is the eagle? The so-called what? That's they emblem. It's always been in them.
That's
why that's why even to this day, you see the eagle on the dollars. You see that as the flags. You know what I'm saying? You see that because it's been in them forever. Read it.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Did we understand? No, we didn't understand what the language they were speaking. Read.
A nation of fierce countenance.
Fierce countenance. Why was it fierce? You know why it says a nation of fierce countenance? Countenance. You don't know? So, what did they do? When they came over here, what did they do? Did they come with hugs and kisses and hey? What did they do? What was that? They started killing us, raping our women, taking us back over there on slave ships.
Right.
So you see how it goes full circle? This Bible is our history. Not only did the African Americans come over here by slave ships, but Native Americans and Hispanics went over there on slave ships. Their very first voyage, they took slaves. They took Native American slaves back to Europe. Exactly. This is our history book. Read this.
Which shall not
See how we bringing out the truth when people want to do crazy stuff? Watch this though.
which shall not regard the person of the old. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
So they didn't care about the old nor the young.
That's right.
Listen, where is that picture at with the babies? I'm gonna show y'all something. Because it said they didn't care if you was young or old. You all had to get it. All of y'all had to die. Where is it at? Right here. Look, you see this? They fed our babies to gators. They fed our babies. They fed God's chosen people babies to gators.
That's right.
He said they didn't care about the old nor the young. They was beating us. Boom. They was cutting the babies out of the mother's wombs. You know about that history, right? That's your history. That's our history, but that happened to your specific tribe.
That's right.
It happened to all of us, but we can see documented fact of that happening to us. Read. Was that it on that? Read.
Lamentations 2 and verse 13. What thing shall I take to witness for thee? What thing shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem?
So this is us. Read.
What shall I equal to thee, that I may comfort thee, O virgin daughter of Zion? For thy burden is a great like the sea.
So the things that happened to us, the things, because yes, people went into slavery, you can read about history, but the things that happened to us as a nation of people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, oh, you can't compare that to it, like no other nation compares. It's a punishment from God, but all of the nations did that to us.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word, His word,